envision a world where there's greater belonging. So, for example, I have two daughters, and one of my daughters is neuroatypical. She has ADHD and dyslexia. And I look at what her experience has been in school. I look at how she sees herself, and she comes home oftentimes and says, "Mom, why do I have to be different? Why do my classmates treat me in this different way? Why do I feel different?" And I think a lot of times there are a lot of people, in fact, we know there are a lot of people who, whether they are neurodiverse, whether they are LGBTQIA+, whether they are trans, whether they are BIPOC, whether they're from disempowered socioeconomic backgrounds, don't feel a sense of belonging, oftentimes in the working world, because the definition of what belonging is overly narrow. I think whenever a client, or I would say even broadly, I think when anyone in the world really takes time to pause and reflect, not only on what their own experience has been or sense of belonging has been, but to look at those around them, to look at those who they're working with, to look at those who they're trying to work with, and think intentionally about ways to foster their belonging also. Then we're getting closer toward the world that I would like to see. Sometimes it is a simple thing, I'm going to say policy is simple, but policy is never simple. But sometimes it's as simple as creating a policy in your business or in your foundation or in the way that you work, right? That just fosters a sense of belonging or recognition. Sometimes the fight starts earlier, even recognizing that an identity has a right to exist. You can't have belonging if you are unwilling to recognize the value of an identity. Also, I have a couple different roles at Geneva Global. One is to be a member of Global Impact Ventures executive leadership team. One is the lead of a team here that focuses on two practices, one with foundations and one with families on their philanthropy. And the other is in my role working directly with clients. I think in all of those ways I can help foster belonging. Here's some good examples just at Geneva Global and Global Impact under the Global Impact Ventures umbrella. Geneva Global has a set of community agreements that essentially sets the ground rules for what our culture is going to be and how we are going to interact with each other. The community agreements are referenced all the time, ahead of meetings, during meetings, when we're having tough conversations, when we see ourselves directionally going away from the community agreements, we use them to bring us back. We also use that same sense that we have through our community agreements when we're engaging with clients. So it might be creating space for a client to be human, which some folks don't have in their day-to-day engagement. It will be to recognize you're going through a tough time. It might be recognizing you're going through a great time. Congratulations to you. It is creating space for the folks we work with to be who they are and celebrating them for who they are, warts and all, and beauty marks and all. Another thing that we do with our recruitment is really look at recruiting people with as many different experiences and perspectives as possible. So the more homogenous an organization is, the harder it is to recognize and see the identities that are not a part of that organization, the experiences and perspectives that are not part of that organization. So more is more when it comes to difference in our recruitment.